Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A fire in Watertown destroyed a family's house and sent 4 family members inside to the hospital.
A little after midnight Wednesday, authorities were called to the house where they found both levels of the home ablaze. A neighbor recounts the event and the state that the family was in.
And they headed down to the ambulance and they took off, and the firefighters were battling hard in there with their Scott air packs on. And boy, it wasn't long and they had the flames down there.
A link to a GoFundMe has been posted with this story right here on KELOLAND.com for anyone who wants to help. The South Dakota Highway Patrol is investigating a crash in western Sioux Falls. It happened just after 6 o'clock last night at the intersection of 10th and Kiwanis. Witnesses say a fast-moving red pickup crashed into a car.
In addition to the Highway Patrol and police, several ambulances were called to the scene. This is a developing story. Stay with KELOLAND News on air and online for updates as they become available.
2 people were taken to the hospital following a crash in Minnehaha County Wednesday morning. Deputies say the crash happened on North Cliff Avenue near the intersection with East 85th Street, just south of Renner.
Authorities blocked off the road as they investigated the scene. No word yet on the condition of the 2 people who were hurt. And 3 people were taken to the hospital, 2 with life-threatening injuries following a crash east of Hayti Wednesday afternoon. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office says deputies came across the 2-vehicle crash just before 4:30 at the intersection of U.S. Highway 81 and South Dakota Highway 21.
Officials say 2 people had to be rescued from one of the vehicles. The intersection was shut down or reduced to 1 lane for over an hour. The South Dakota Highway Patrol is investigating the crash.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munn. Sounds like a breezy day today out there, Scott.
Oh yeah, strong winds expected as we go through this morning and into the afternoon. It will be a cooler day as compared to what we had yesterday. We'll have highs in the 40s to near 50 degrees. Lower 50s will come in across southeastern KELOLAND. We will slowly warm as we go through the weekend. Tomorrow's looking cold. Temperatures will be below average. Many of us probably in the 40s for highs, but then we will slowly warm after that. And it looks like next week will be mild. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. A Vermilion, South Dakota man is scheduled to be sentenced next month on 3 counts of possessing, manufacturing, and distributing child pornography after pleading guilty earlier this month. According to court documents obtained by KELOLAND News, the images were found on Raymond O'Connor's cell phone last year using a Twitter account under the name of Big Irish.
O'Connor was originally charged with 10 counts but got them reduced to just 3 as part of a plea deal. He faces up to 30 years in prison when he's sentenced on December 7th.
A 78-year-old Mitchell man is accused of having sexual contact with a 9-month-old baby. According to court documents, Ronald LaFortune was watching the young boy when the alleged crime happened.
An affidavit says the child's father noticed suspicious activity on the baby monitor. He then came home and told LaFortune to leave. In court papers, LaFortune told police it was the only time it had happened. A second person is behind bars facing charges after investigators discovered 2 people were involved in a shooting at a car with a child inside. 19-year-old Alir Deng was arrested Tuesday afternoon by a SWAT team.
Police say Deng and another man shot at a car with a child inside. Officials say social media and technology played a key role in finding the suspect.
There's a lot of different stuff, a lot of different details, but really what it boils down to is following these different pieces of information. Sometimes we don't have a whole lot of information to go up on, and so it's reaching out and exploring different avenues, and in this case it worked out.
Deng's bond is set at $50,000 cash only. Let's look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather forecast today calling for the wind to increase from the west-northwest 20 to 40 miles per hour. You can see that depiction here on Futurecast at 2 o'clock. And that wind will likely subside as we head through the evening hours. So just plan on the afternoon, the windy conditions and the cooler weather. And then, of course, that's going to set us up for a pretty chilly overnight forecast. Lows will be likely in the 20s, maybe a few teens even possible tomorrow morning. And I would say during the day part forecast tomorrow, lighter winds, but we'll struggle. We're not going to have very high temperatures in the northeast. We've got probably upper 30s to near 40-degree weather, Millbank and Watertown, as well as Sisseton. Sioux Falls, mid-40s. And then we turn the corner a little bit on the pattern getting into the weekend, and thus the southerly wind that will return. And that'll all set us up for above average temperatures for next week. I know many of you are looking forward to that. All right, let's look at our hour-by-hour temperatures today. Sioux Falls, we're forecasting 51. Obviously, the wind will make it feel cooler than that with a batch of few high clouds drifting through, mid and upper 40s, Pierre and central South Dakota. Here are those numbers tonight, and it's pretty clear. You can see a number of locations in the 20s. And again, depending on how the clouds are governed, that could dictate a few of the numbers even a little cooler. Tomorrow afternoon, Sioux Falls, not a warm day here. It's just in the mid-40s and a light easterly wind. And then into Saturday, we do see the wind picking up out of the south. Notice those 50s are coming back. And then we'll build on that trend on Sunday. And then after that, well, it's a matter of seeing how many 60s we can find next week. I know it seems hard to believe that, but here we are mid-November, and we've got, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all in the upper 50s to mid-60s. That general range, and of course the overnight lows will be significantly warmer. Aberdeen, same idea, upper 50s to low 60s for much of next week. We're probably going to see even more of this after day 7. Here in central South Dakota, dry too. No talk of any storm tracks here. We've got 60 by Sunday, and we'll settle in the 60s. I think that's pretty solid. And Rapid City also a lot of 60-degree weather moving our way next week. Check out the latest details online at KELOLAND.com.